What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video. This is going to be for a new game that's kind of up and coming. Well, not really up and coming. It's a sort of a custom map game mode on Dota 2 that was created by SS Waiting here. It's called Auto Chess. You've probably seen it. It's a pretty hot topic right now as far as YouTube goes, and I guess really just the gaming community in general. And what I would describe it as is kind of like a mashup between Gem TD and Legion TD, something kind of similar to those. Well, if they, got married and had a baby. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Now, this video is going to be sort of like a introduction to the game mode, not really a in-depth tutorial or anything like that. So if you've already played the game for a few hours or whatever, you know what's going on, then you may not really learn a whole lot. But I'm going to try and explain it towards maybe a newer player who might be interested but not really know what the game is or how to play it. Now, I'm not very good at the game. I've only got, I don't know, a couple hours into it, but I have managed to win a couple games, so there is that. But yeah, I'm pretty bad at managing the money. So you get gold for every round, basically. If you win, you get more. If you're on a win streak, you get more. Even if you're on a losing streak, actually, you get more to kind of, maybe help you get back into the game. Now, it is really RNG based, so there's that. Basically, you get a set every turn. You get a set of, I think, 5 towers that you can choose from, or units that you can choose from. And they have varying costs based on the units. And then you can also choose to spend a little bit of gold, 2 gold, to re-roll the units and, get more. And that's kind of a big part because the units are RNG. You can't really pick what you get. So if you don't get something good or something that you're looking for, then re-rolling may, give you a better chance at getting that. And also what other people are building, if multiple other people are buying the same unit, then it's less likely to show up. So if somebody else is doing a build, you may not want to do that build. All right, so here we are in the game here, and we're just waiting for it to kind of finish the initialization. So here we go. So we get our first set of 5 units we can pick. And I'm not going to really kind of go in depth about the units, but you kind of just have to play to actually learn what they are. I'm just going to go with an Axe. I like Axe. Early is pretty good. Tusk is pretty good as well. Now, if you've never played Dota 2 before, it's based off the heroes in Dota 2, and there's also items that drop occasionally. So if you're not familiar with that, that's something that you're going to kind of have to learn as you go along. But luckily, there's plenty of information in the Dota client itself that can teach you about these. So all the abilities, they only have one ability. From their set. Normally, if you've ever played a MOBA, the heroes have 4 abilities normally, but they only have 1 ability in this game mode. Now, the biggest thing that you're going to kind of want to look for this game is synergy. And I got unlucky, I didn't get any items there, but I don't really like any of these. Let's just go with this, though. So yeah, you can move them around kind of wherever you want. It's kind of like a chessboard, as you can see, which is why it's called Auto Chess. And I can actually buy another one. There's really no reason not to buy another one at this point. Just gonna buy the Anti-Mage because there's no really reason to hold on to your gold because you can always sell the tower for full value. So the only reason you would ever want to hold on to your gold is because you get interest. So every 10 gold you accrue, you gain 1 gold on that 10 gold. But you have to actually have that gold when the round ends. So if you spend the gold before the round ends, you don't get that interest. So you have to kind of just hold on to the gold if you want to get the bonus gold. And that's definitely something you want to do if you can, but not always an option. And I'm kind of getting unlucky here. Just grab a Slardar, I guess. Again, there's no reason not to grab the tiny that is there because I don't have 10 gold, so there's no reason to hold on to it. And I may reiterate that multiple times throughout the game, but hopefully it doesn't get annoying. So currently I don't really have any synergies going on, and something I forgot to mention is you can see a round up here, round 3. Here's the maximum amount of chess pieces you have versus, well, I guess the chess pieces you have on the board versus the maximum you can have on the board. You can't just unload all your chess pieces on the board. You can only have a maximum, which you increase by leveling up. And you can actually buy chess experience with gold as well, which costs 5 gold, and it gives you 4 experience. One thing that I don't like is that it doesn't tell you how much experience you need to get to the next level. I didn't see anything in the options to enable that, so you just kind of have to know from experience or guess. Okay, we're just going to buy a bunch of random stuff. Doesn't really matter, we can buy it all, because we don't have 10 gold. Again, I'm reiterating something I've already said. So, yeah, where was I? And the first 3 rounds are neutral creeps. But after that, as you can see, you're going to be fighting against other people's towers. I'm not sure how the algorithm works on that, how it decides who you're fighting against. But it's not the same person every time, so you can't like look at their build and just counter them. But yeah, it looks like I'm going to win this one. Pretty well done. So what you mainly want to do when looking for towers is not only get the same towers, because 3 towers upgrade into like the next tier of that same tower. So you see I have 2 axes here. I'm going to be looking for a 3rd axe to upgrade it. And then after that, you could upgrade 2 tier 2 or 3 tier 2s into a tier 3. And they go, that's as far as they go. Now there is one class that can actually use only 2 units to upgrade, which is Druid, which is pretty good, but generally I haven't had much luck in finding them now. Okay, one thing I forgot to touch on is actually the synergy. So they've got 2 stats here. This axe, for instance, is an orc and a warrior. We already have a Slardar and a Shadow Shaman, so I'm going to get both of these. We have an Anti-Mage as well. I'm going to sell this and grab the Anti-Mage. And I'm going to sell the Ogre and buy probably the Puck. I don't really like Sniper too much. Actually, oh, I have a 3 out of 4, so I can actually add another unit here. And I'm just going to add the Puck for a little more damage. One thing I probably should have done is buy chest experience right here and level up so I could have another unit on the board, but we'll see if it affects me or not. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky enough to get any tier 2s, so that's kind of, I'm probably going to get wrecked here. And every time you lose, your little courier here takes damage, as you'll see. There we go, so I just took 7 damage from that. And you have 100 health. When you reach 0 health, game over. Alright, and I'm saving these items because I'm not sure what I want to build with them yet, so I'm just going to kind of set them here until I get enough to where I can build an item. So yeah, what I was saying about the classes, each thing has 2 classes. Tuskar here is a beast and a warrior, and they have synergies within each other. So that's something that you definitely want to build towards. Now, I know I have an orc here in the form of Axe, and if I buy 2 orcs, you can see here the max HP of orcs is increased by 250. And Beastmaster here is an orc. One thing I'm going to do is buy EXP, level up to 5, and then I can place this Beastmaster down. Now I have 5 chest pieces. Now as you level up, the experience needed to level up further increases more and more, and also as you level up, you have a better chance of getting higher tier, or not higher tier, I guess higher rarity pieces. They're just better in general. But they're also more expensive, is one thing to consider, so you got to keep that in mind. And I'm pretty unfortunate here to not actually have tier 2. It seems like I'm doing okay, but this guy right here has a double mech setup, actually a triple mech. And mech is actually pretty strong early on. They get HP regeneration for all mechs with just 2 of them. You can see it's ridiculous. They're nearly full life. So if you can get mech early, it's really good, but they're quite contested usually, and every time I go for them, I always fall into the trap, and I'm never able to actually excel that. So we have a Slardar here, so we can put 3 out on the board, and it's going to combine into a tier 2 Slardar. And I'm actually going to re-roll because I feel like I'm a little bit behind. Okay, we got a 3rd axe as well, which is really good because we just got 2 upgrades in that one. We did spend a little bit of gold on the re-roll, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but you know, that's fine. So right now I want to kind of look for what I kind of want to buy, what I'm looking for as far as units go. I have 2 warriors in the form of a Slardar and an axe. I also have some orc synergy going on. So maybe I look for orcs, maybe I look for warriors, maybe I look for like hunters because he is a hunter. Now, I'm not doing too well on this front, but I'm trying to explain the game and not really focus on strategy. But perhaps we'll kind of take a pause in the commentary here and try and catch up a little bit. I'm in last place currently. As I said, I'm not very good at the game yet, but as time goes on, I'm hoping that will improve. So we didn't really get, I mean, I'm not really going to be going for Clockworks, honestly, so I'm going to sell this Clockwork. I'm going to buy this Shadow Shaman, because that's going to let me upgrade to a tier 2 here. We now got a tier 2 Shadow Shaman. I'm thinking that I actually, we can, you know, we can buy the Drow. Drows are hunters, so that has some synergy, but I think I need 3. Yeah, I need 3 hunters for it to be anything. I should have replaced the puck with this guy. But it's too late now. The build phase, or the switch phase, whatever you want to call it, is over, so I can't actually move pieces anymore. I have to wait for it to end. But yeah. So Anti-Mage doesn't really have any synergy with anything I have on board, but it does have synergy with Terrorblade here. Now I don't know if I'm going to go for either of them. So I'm not sure I want to keep them, but selling them doesn't really do anything for me unless it gets me over 10 gold and I stay there. So I'm going to actually pause a little bit on the commentary, and we'll kind of cut to a little bit further in the video, hopefully, and maybe I'll be in a little bit better position than I currently am. Right here, you can kind of just see how OP this regeneration is from the mech. It's so much healing. I think mechs need to be nerfed a little bit. Maybe make it require 3 mechs, or maybe make the regen a little bit less. It's kind of like this, just super strong, and it's a little bit frustrating. I'm actually going to, I'm gonna get rid of the Terrorblade. I'm gonna buy the Shadow Fiend here, and I'm gonna upgrade to level 6, and then we're gonna put the Shadow Fiend out. That's gonna give me a lot of damage. I did manage to get a Juggernaut as well, which is another orc, so I now have 3 orcs. He's also a warrior. Now I have 3 warriors as well, which gives me an armor bonus. I need 4 orcs to get an extra HP, so maybe I'll be looking for a 4th orc. But the 4th orc, there's only 4 of them. You can come over here and look at the chess piece list. It lists all the classes and everything, and how much they cost. The 4th orc is a little bit higher up on the cost and also rarity, so I probably won't be getting it till later if I do get it at all. Alright, so here we're just trying to upgrade all of our units. We've got 1 more axe, we've got a Slardar sitting here. These are already tier 2, so we're going to have to get 2 more tier 2s before we can upgrade it to a tier 3, which is 6. So 6 more units, I guess 5, because I already have 1. Yeah, we're going to have to get pretty lucky on that. I'm not doing too well here, but I've raised up to 2nd to last place. I think, yeah, I don't win this. So I kind of don't want to go into like the specifics of the units, because there's quite a lot of them, and it's something that you just kind of got to learn as you go into it. I may make more videos and put them on my 2nd channel, link in the description to that if you want to check those out. But this video is just kind of an introduction. Now I kind of want to be saving for to start getting interest a little bit. So I don't necessarily want to be spending all my gold every turn. And also, I don't want to try and buy too many units, because what can happen is you can just get full like this, and then you can start getting units that you want, but you don't have any room to get, and you just have to skip up on them, which is pretty unfortunate. Currently, my sort of synergies that I got going on is Orc and Warrior. There's nothing really past that that's going on, so I'm kind of going to be focusing on that for a while. And Juggernaut is, it's a pretty hard one to get your hands on, because it's contested. When people see a Juggernaut, they like to get a Juggernaut, because it's a good unit. It's got an AoE attack that does damage, and it's a warrior, so it can get pretty tanky. I want to just stay at 10 gold, so I'm going to go actually reroll. I didn't get anything I want, so I'm not going to buy anything, but I don't want to spend past 10 gold, because you can see here, if I hover over my gold, it can says next interest is +1. So I want to get that bonus gold right there. That can, you know, potentially turn into more rerolls later on. So it can be pretty tempting to just buy a bunch of chess EXP or reroll a bunch of times, but it can put you behind in the end. That's one thing you don't want to do, is fall behind. One thing I didn't mention, I think, is I think I didn't mention it, but the maximum chess pieces you can have is 10 currently. And one thing that I found out the hard way is you can actually buy EXP even when you're level 10 and you have the maximum pieces. You can still spend your gold on it, but you don't get anything from it. At least I didn't see anything. So we have 3 Shadow Fiends, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's going to give us a tier 2 Shadow Fiend, which is a nice little damage boost. And I have a little bit of gold, so I'm going to go ahead and reroll. We didn't get anything, unfortunately, that we need, so we're just going to sit back and chill. If you leave a chess piece out on a board, like over your limit, I think it'll put one at random. I'm not sure how it picks, but it puts one at random back on your line here. If you have over the maximum chess pieces on the board and this line is full, it'll actually delete a piece. So keep that in mind. I learned that the hard way as well. I'm still getting my butt kicked, so I'm going to go ahead and pause in the commentary again and try and actually do a good job here. We'll probably come back around the end of the game because I think I've covered pretty much everything I want to cover at this point. There's another Shadow Fiend. I don't know if I want to be going for more Shadow Fiends right now. I kind of want to just focus on my front line at the moment, so I'm just going to keep re-rolling. Oh man, maybe I should have. Yeah, you know, it's giving me a lot of Shadow Fiends, so I'm just going to buy him. I always fall into this trap. Game's like, look, take it. And then I just can't do anything with it, and it just sits here forever. I don't think I mentioned this either, but so you get a neutral at round 10. So the first 3 rounds are neutrals. Round 10 is a neutral. Round 15 is a neutral. Round 20 is a neutral, I think. So I think it's every 5 rounds you get neutrals. I'm not exactly sure on that. But being able to kill the neutrals is pretty big because it gives you items. I'm not 100% familiar with the items because I haven't played Dota 2 in a very long time, so I've kind of forgotten what the items combine into. This seems to happen to me every game. I just get boned on my choices. I never get what I need to upgrade, and perhaps I'm focusing too much on the lower cost cards. Maybe I should try and like upgrade my EXP a little more and focus on like higher costs. I don't know yet. I haven't really played the game enough to kind of strategize that, but it just seems like this happens so many times. I'll get like tunnel vision on a synergy, and I'll be like, I gotta get warriors, I gotta get orcs, and I just will not stray from that. So I kind of had this mindset of that may not be particularly good for this game, but in the end, it is RNG, and you can get screwed by RNG. So take that into consideration when you're playing the game, and understand, you know, that you can't always pre-plan things. And it's kind of important to note that as you level up, the chance of getting like a tier 1 or a tier 2 chest piece in your random roll gets lower and lower. So if you're trying to like maximize your tier 1 pieces, like all these are like tier 1, tier 2, then it's not a good idea to like spend a bunch of EXP leveling up, right? You want to try and get those pieces. But at the same time, if you wait too long and those pieces become kind of obsolete because everybody else has like stronger units because they're upgrading, then you're just gonna get left behind anyway. So there's kind of a fine balance there, and I'm doing pretty bad this game, and I have no doubts because I'm trying to explain the game, trying to record a video as I'm playing, so I can't really focus too much. And here's an instance of where I've kind of trapped myself into trying to upgrade too many units. So I've already got a tier 2 Shadow Fiend, and I'm going for a tier 3, but for that I need 4 more regular Shadow Fiends. Where am I going to fit those, you know? If I get 1 more, I can combine these into a tier 2 and then put them back here, but that still only leaves me 1 slot, so I kind of do this to myself in a lot of the games, and I think it gimps me pretty hard. But, yeah, I'm trying to focus on leveling up too many units, but that's kind of the RNG. Like, maybe you get a lot of units that you need to level up, and I probably should put my items on people. So here I got my last axe that I need, so let's upgrade the tier 1s into another tier 2. Now I've already got a tier 2 up at the front, and we'll upgrade this other tier 2 into a tier 3. This is the maximum we can upgrade to. So that's our axe fully upgraded, and now you can see I have this huge, you know, gap. I can start putting units, but again, I don't want to drop my gold below that 10 mark because I want to get that 1 extra income. And even at this point in the game, it'd be nice if I could increase this to like a 20 or 30 surplus, so I'm getting 2 or 3 gold each round instead. And again, I should be using my items, but I can't really combine any of them. At least I don't see anything I can combine them into. It's possible I'm forgetting something. And a lot of these, like the Beastmaster, the Juggernaut, I don't think I'm going to level those up past tier 2. Just because it's going to be too hard to get those units. Unless I see like 3 of them in 1 card set, then I'm probably not going to bother. And I'm getting absolutely smashed. Look at this. I've just fallen too far behind at this point, I think. Good news is I'm getting losing streaks every time I lose now. So, you know, I've got that going for me. I'm almost dead, so... I think if you want to do losing streaks, you should do it early. If you get unlucky early, just lose on purpose maybe and get that losing streak gold. I don't know. It's probably a bad strategy. And because I'm kind of desperate at this point, I'm going to start spending all my gold, I think. And you know what? I think maybe I should go for EXP at this point because I do have a tier 2 Shadow Fiend sitting here just doing nothing, right? So if I had that on the board instead of re-rolling trying to get something else, it would probably be pretty beneficial for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I'm going to wait till the next round. That way I still get my interest. And this is a neutral round, so hopefully I can get some items that I can actually make some of my heroes stronger. All right, here we are kind of at the final stretch. I've got 2 health left. I'm getting freaking dominated, but I'm hoping this gives me something good here. Oh, well, that's not good. Okay, so we kind of need to spend all our gold. There's really no reason not to, because if I lose here, I die, right? All right, this is kind of it. Yeah, maybe I live here, maybe I die here. We'll see. Okay, well, there goes my axe. Cloudar's still alive. He's doing damn. Oh, that boat kind of messed me up. I don't think I live here. I think this is the end. Ah, okay, well, I'm dead. Alright, didn't do too well in this game, but I think I hit a lot of points that I wanted to make and just kind of explain it to a newer player that may not have, you know, all the info going into this game. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. If you did, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or anything, put them in the comments below. I do read them all and reply to them all, and I appreciate everyone who interacts with the video. So thank you very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.